So, low density is our third property of real gas, gases here that actually exist on Earth. And you guys know what density is, or I hope that you do. Density is equal to mass divided by volume. And gases have a very low mass to volume ratio, very low. All right, this is based on assumption number 1. Let's go back to assumption number 1. Assumption number 1 says gases consist of large number of tiny particles that are far apart relative to their size. Okay, that's kind of an obvious one. All right, fourth property of real gases is there, as we talked about before, because they have no definite volume, that means they have compressibility. We can compress them. We can take a sample of gas at a certain volume and make it a smaller volume by adding pressure, okay? Gas particles, this is because gas particles are easily crowded closer together. They have lots of space between them, and it's just space. So it doesn't take much to move them closer together. B, volume of gas can be greatly decreased, which you'll see in the little demo. And this is, again, based on assumption 1. Assumption 1 says that gases are made up of these very small particles very far apart. Okay? All right, and property number 5 of real gases here on Earth is that they will both diffuse and effuse. And there is a difference, and you need to know what that difference is. Okay, diffusion is when you put two things together in a space and they spontaneously mix, okay? Gases are really good at this. And actually, though, almost any substance will do that, including solids. Given enough time, even solids, if they sit there long enough close together, they start to mix. But we're not worried about solids right now. Gases do this really well. And hopefully, I'm going to look for something so that you can see how this happens. Gases do this very well. We'll talk about that later, okay? Effusion is a word that simply means you have particles or substances that are passing through a tiny opening, okay? So diffuse means that two different substances spontaneously mix together in the same space. Effuse means that you have a substance that's moving out of one space into another through a very small opening. And we're going to stop right there.